practical use of probability. We have learned a lot of probability concepts in the previous lectures. Let us see how you can put those concepts to use. That is, once you get a problem, how to solve this problem using all those concepts. We learned about different types of probability. We learned about the sum rule. We learned about product rule. We learned about the Bayes theorem as well. So these are very basic concepts using which you can solve a lot of problems related to probability. Let us take an example, and from this let us learn how to do it. Let us say you have two bags. You have a white bag and a brown bag. Let me draw with the particular colors itself. Let's say you have a white bag. Here you have a white bag. This is white. And you have a brown bag. Let me draw reddish brown so that it stays visible. Brown won't be so visible. So let us say this is your brown bag. This is your brown bag. In these bags, let us say you have fruits. Let the fruits be apple and let's say guava. These are the two fruits. In the white bag, apple is red. So let us say there are 3 apples in this bag and 2 apples in the brown bag. And what about guava? Guava is green. So let us take green. Say in the white bag you have 1 guava and in the brown bag you have 4 guavas. Okay, so you have a white bag in which you have 3 apples and 1 guava, and you have a brown bag which has 2 apples and 4 guavas. The experiment is like this. You will randomly pick one particular bag. You can pick white or you can pick brown bag. Once you pick a bag, you'll randomly pick one particular fruit from that bag. If let's say you chose a white bag first, and then from the white bag you chose one fruit. Let us say the fruit came to be apple or it came to be guava. Anything can happen. Once you're done with the experiment, you'll just observe the fruit and you will replace in the same bag. This is the experiment, and you'll keep doing this again and again. From this experiment, we want to understand probabilities of different things happening. That is, what is the overall probability that the selection procedure will pick an apple? So selecting an apple includes 2 different events, and it can take 2 different paths. That is, you can pick the white bag, and from the white bag you can pick an apple. Similarly, you can first pick the brown bag, and from the brown bag you can pick an apple. Both these can happen. So if I simply ask what is the probability of picking an apple, you have to consider all these and come up with the total probability. Similarly, let us say I'm asking, given that we have already chosen a guava. Let us say you know that the fruit that you picked is guava. Given this, what is the probability that the bag you chosen is white? How do you calculate this? This is what we will see. That is, if you know that the fruit that you picked is guava, given that, what is the probability of your picking white bag? These sort of problems we can solve using the rules that we learned. That is the sum rule, product rule, and the Bayes theorem. Using this, you can solve a wide variety of problems. Before we start this, let us say we are, let's say, fixing the probability of picking these two. Say the probability of picking a white bag is 60%. There are 60% chances that when you select a bag, you will be selecting white bag, and remaining 40% is the chances that you will be selecting brown bag. Okay. So what does this mean? Let us take there is a random variable b, which corresponds to bag. And this variable b can take 2 values. It can either take the value white for the white bag, or it can take brown, b for brown bag. So from this we understood that probability of bag is equal to white. What is the probability of bag equal to white? It is 60%, which means 60 out of 100, which is 6 by 10. Right? Similarly, what is the probability of bag is equal to brown? It is 40%, which means 40 by 100. What is 40 by 100? It is 4 by 10. Okay. Similarly, let us note down all the probabilities that we already know by this point. And one general rule of probability, that is, if you sum all the probabilities, it should give you 1. So here, if you take probability of bag equal to white and bag equal to brown, you see that probability of bag equal to white plus probability of bag equal to brown, if you sum both these, you will get 6 by 10 plus 4 by 10, which is equal to 10 by 10, which is 1, right? Which means the total probability is 1. What other probabilities can you infer from this? Can you find out the probability of fruit is equal to apple given bag equal to white? Is that possible? How do you understand probability of? Let us say there is another random variable which is f, which is for the name of fruit. And this can take what all values? It can take apple, it can also take guava, right? These two different fruits are there. Let us say I want to find probability of fruit is equal to apple given bag is equal to, let's say, white. So what did you do? You first selected white bag. I'm removing this from here. You remember that white is picked 60% of the time and brown is picked 40% of the time. Or I'll write it on top. 40% of 60, right? 60% of the time I'll pick white bag and 40% of the time I'll pick brown bag. Now let us find probability of fruit equal to apple given bag equal to white. Once you select bag equal to white, what is the probability of fruit being apple? There are totally 3 apples out of total number of fruits are 4. So 3 by 4 is the probability. There is 1 guava and 3 apples in white bag, which means the probability of picking a apple given that the bag picked is brown, bag picked is white, is 3 by 4 because 3 apples are there out of total 4 fruits. Similarly, how can you find probability of fruit is equal to, let's say, guava given bag is equal to white? How do you find this? From the same bag, you see totally there are 4 fruits out of which 1 is guava. As simple as that. So this is how you find conditional probabilities. Let us say I want to find probability of fruit is equal to apple given bag is equal to, this time let's say, brown. How do I find this? You see the brown bag, there are total of 2 apples and 4 guavas. So I want to find the probability that fruit equal to apple, which means there are 2 apples out of total number of fruits is 6, which means 1 by 3. This is the probability of fruit equal to apple given bag is equal to brown. Similarly, you can find all the probabilities. Here also the rule of total sum equal to 1 would hold. That is, if you take probability, let's say I'm taking one particular bag. From that, if I say that probability of fruit equal to apple given bag equal to brown plus, let's say, plus probability of fruit is equal to guava given bag equal to brown. What is the total probability? This would be fruit equal to apple given bag equal to brown. You go to the brown bag, there are total of 6 fruits out of which 2 are apple, right? 2 are apple. Plus, what is the probability of fruit equal to guava given bag equal to brown? Total of 6 fruits out of which 4 are guava. So the total is 6 by 6, which is 1. So whenever you sum up all the probabilities, you will get 1. Let us solve one problem now. So these are very simple, straightforward. Directly by looking at the bag, you can find these conditional probabilities. But there will be some probabilities for which you have to use the sum rule, product rule, or the Bayes theorem. Let us say I want to find the probability that say fruit equal to apple. I want to see what is the probability of fruit equal to apple. Probability of fruit is equal to apple. What are the different parts of selecting apple? You can first select the white bag and then pick apple, or you can pick the brown bag and then pick an apple. Both these are possible. So this can be written as probability of fruit equal to apple equal to probability of fruit equal to apple and bag equal to white plus probability of fruit equal to apple and bag equal to brown. Both these possibilities are there, right? It can be that you picked apple from a white bag. It can also be possible that you picked apple from the brown bag. Both these are possible. Now, how do you expand fruit equal to apple and bag equal to white? You have to use the product rule of probability. That is, probability of fruit equal to apple given bag equal to white into probability of bag equal to white. This is how you did using product rule of probability. That is, if you have product of A and B occurring together, this can be written as probability of A given B into probability of B. This can also be written as probability of B given A into probability of A. Both are one and the same. Okay. So here we are taking this form. Probability of A and B occurring together is probability of A given B into probability of B. Plus, what is the second term? Probability of fruit equal to apple and bag equal to B. It can be written as probability of fruit equal to apple given bag equal to B into probability of bag equal to B, right? This is the total probability. So how can you find this out? What is probability of fruit equal to apple given bag equal to white? In the white bag, what is the chances of picking apple? There are total of 3 apples out of how many fruits are there in total? 4, right? So it is 3 by 4 into probability of bag equal to white. We said white bag will be picked 60% of the time. So it is 6 by 10 plus what is probability of fruit equal to apple given bag equal to brown. Given that bag is brown, what is the probability of your choosing an apple? Totally there are 2 apples. 2 apples out of total of 6 fruits. So 2 by 6, which is 1 by 3. Let us write this as 1 by 3 into probability of bag equal to brown. What is bag equal to brown? 40%, which means 4 by 10. So this is the probability of your choosing an apple. So I'll remove this off. So this is the probability of fruit equal to apple. So if you do this, this is 3 by 4 into 6 by 10 plus 1 by 3 into 4 by 10. So 6 by 10 can be written as 3 by 5 and 1 by 3 into 4 by 10 can be written as 2 by 5. So if you do this, 3 into 3 is 9, divided by 4 into 5 is 20, plus 2 divided by 3 into 5 is 15. So if you do this, 60 is the common denominator. 9 3 times will become 27, plus 4 times of 2 will become 8. So this will be total of 35 out of 60. So this can be written as 35. 35 out of 60. So taking 5 as common, this will be 7 by 12. This can be written as 7 by 12. So 7 by 12 is the probability that fruit equal to apple. What you can do now, in order to verify that this is correct, what can you do? You can try the probability of, this is the probability of fruit equal to apple. Probability of fruit equal to apple. This is what you found as 7 by 12. If you find the probability of fruit equal to guava, you will find it as 5 by 12. Why am I saying it is 5 by 12? Because if you add both these probabilities, fruit equal to guava and fruit equal to apple, you should be getting 1. You already know that probability of fruit equal to apple is 7 by 12 from your calculation, which means if you go and find probability of fruit equal to guava, try this as an exercise. If you do this, you will get answer as 5 by 12 because 5 by 12 plus 7 by 12 will give you a total of 1. So this is one use of probability. Let us solve one more question of a different kind so that you get more hold on this topic. Let us say you want to find, let's say you want to find probability of bag equal to white given that you have chosen an apple, right? Let us take this problem. Probability of bag equal to white given that the fruit is apple. You know that you have chosen an apple. In this case, what is the probability that the bag you chosen is white? So what did we previously find? Independent of whatever be the bag chosen, you tried to find, not independent, irrespective of, you tried to find what is the probability of fruit equal to apple. This time what you're trying to do is that you're saying, I already know that the fruit chosen is apple. Now I want to find what is the chances that the bag I picked is white if I already know that the fruit I picked is apple. This is the new problem. So in order to solve this, we'll use Bayes theorem. What was Bayes theorem? It said P of, I'll write in the bottom, P of y given x. This is, how did we write it? P of x given y into P of y whole divided by P of x. This is how we found out P of y given x using Bayes theorem. So we will use this logic here in order to find probability of bag is white given that the fruit is apple. Okay. So how can you write this? This can be written as probability of fruit is equal to apple given bag is equal to white, right? That is this term into what is y here? Bag equal to white, right? So probability of bag equal to white divided by P of x. What is x here? X here is fruit equal to apple. So let me erase this and write as probability of fruit equal to apple. So if you find this, if you can solve this, then you will find the answer for this. This is what Bayes theorem does. See, directly finding probability of bag equal to white, if you know that fruit equal to apple, that's very difficult. Instead, what did you do using Bayes theorem? You made an easier form. That is, here you can easily find all these terms. So it's easier to find what is the probability of bag equal to white given fruit equal to apple. So let us find these terms. First thing is probability of fruit equal to apple given bag equal to white. If I know that the bag is white, what is the probability of fruit equal to apple? That is, there are total of 3 apples out of 4 fruits, which means it is 3 by 4 into what is the probability of bag equal to white? What is the probability of bag equal to white? We already said 60% times you will choose white bag and 40% times you will choose the brown bag. In that case, probability of bag equal to white is 60%, which is 6 by 10, right? Whole divided by probability of fruit equal to apple. What did we solve in the just few minutes back? We solved this. What is the probability of fruit equal to apple? What was our answer? Do you remember? It was 7 by 12. We got the answer as 7 by 12 for probability of fruit equal to apple. So using this result here, we'll divide this by 7 by 12. So what is the answer here? So this 12 will go off with that 4. So on numerator, you will have 3 into 6, right? That 12 will come up as 6 and 7 and 10 will remain. That is, I cut this 4 with made this 6 and made this 3. Okay. Then it will be 3 into 3 into 6 by 7 into 10. So this, if you solve, I can remove this from here. I can make this 3 and this 5, right? This will give 3 into 3 into 3 is 27, divided by 7 into 5 is 35. So it will be 27 divided by 35. You can try solving this as and also in order to verify this, what you can do. So this is probability of bag equal to white given that the fruit selected is apple. This is what you found right now, right? In order to verify this, what you can do is that you can try to find probability of bag is equal to brown given fruit equal to apple. If you find this, you should be getting 8 by 35. Why should you be getting 8 by 35? Because you know probability of bag equal to white given fruit equal to apple is 27 by 35. If you are given that fruit is equal to apple, what are the two possibilities? Either the bag can be white or the bag has to be brown, right? So if 27 out of 35 times the bag will be white, if you already know that the fruit is apple, then the remaining 8 times the bag should be brown, because addition of these two, 8 by 35 and 27 by 35, has to give you 1. That is how probability works. So if probability of bag equal to white given fruit equal to apple is 27 by 35, you try this as an exercise, try to solve this independently. If you solve probability of bag equal to brown given fruit equal to apple, that should come out to be 8 by 35, right?